Good morning. Welcome to Fasting Space. So nice to have you here. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining me here. I'm giving you a little personal update and doing some reflecting today. I am taking a vacation. I'm going to South America, which I am really looking forward to. Going to do some digital fasting, as in fasting from every type of electronics. And did you catch the little video I did the other day? Digital fasting, something to bring into our life. Building that barrier. I think I'd like to do a little reflecting in this space today, just on the session we've been on since the fall. I love doing the live every week a day. Has been so good. But gotta take a vacation, gotta take a break. And so bringing that digital fasting, I know, to my life, just saying, take some space. I think it's so valuable. So I have always been the type of person, try to practice what I preach, and certainly that's true with the fasting. Fasting been a miracle to my life, such a blessing. Try to share that with as many people as possible. I am trying to do it. Digital fasting, something I really resonate with also. Love the thinking that we have done across some sessions here. Obesity isn't really a disease. Body isn't broken. Body is mirroring society. Body has certain ways that it responds to the environment. We've created an environment for ourselves that is not optimal. Think about this thinking that we have done about the creativity. Taking a process that can be frustrating and a struggle, and try to lose weight and get healthier, turn it into an artistic, creative expression, something beautiful and powerful. And enjoyable, fun. Happy. That was the session yesterday. Finding happiness. Some sage guru can tell us, don't try to be happy. Just find peace and contentment. Okay, I do that. But you know what? If our vice is happiness, cheers to our happiness, I say. I'm going to be going to the Amazon. I'm going to be in the actual rainforest. Now, this is a type of place that I am really excited to be. You know what I mean? Really excited just to be in this place. Breathe the air of a jungle. Doesn't that sound good? Sink into some nature for a while and leave the phone behind. Really dial in on health. This is what I want to do. I say let's all do it together wherever you are. You are not taking a vacation, or you are wherever you are. I love this quote from Marcus Aurelius in Meditations that I would just paraphrase. Is like, everybody wants to go on vacation by the ocean or take a trip to the ocean, but you can have the most beautiful vacation right now in the comfort of your own mind. That's the meditation space. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, trying to find a space of peace and contentment from what had to be total madness running an empire. And he said, I don't got to make the trip off to the mountains. I can just sit here and find some peace right here. So the most beautiful space you can find. Hard to find that space if we're always plugged in, if the notification's always coming on the phone, right? If we always have to check the email. Made a little short the other day, YouTube short. I made a couple, if you saw that. Stop scrolling a bit, find the stillness. That's the type of space where as we practice it and we grow in it, we can start flowing through time without struggle, especially fasting space. I have loved exploring this thinking. Live sessions, to me, dialing in on it has really been a space to think, I've loved reading through the stuff live. Have you liked it, So many good thoughts, I've definitely had this connection in the past, recognizing the fasting and meditation connection, but it's really helped me dial in on it, the reading and thinking that we've done. And the more I've sunk into it, the more profound I think it is. I'm going to be sinking into it for sure. I'm going to have a lot of open space just to be in nature, just to open the mind, do some meditation, thinking, breathing, all the foundations. I want to just shore up the foundations of my own health practice. And some of that going to be really thinking about this channel. I do love it. I love simple fasting. I do love the whole thing. And the channel simple fasting, that part of it, I've loved the live. I've loved connecting with people. I do want as much feedback as possible about how can we make this experience better as we go through it. I've had different ideas even over the day. I've got a list of fasting related books. I was like, maybe I'm on a fasting channel. I should dive in more fasting books. People have written a lot about fasting. I've been trying to bring in deep thinking, cognitive behavioral stuff. And think of all the sessions we've done, and we're not even halfway through this one. Mountain is You. We're just squeezing every drop of good stuff out of it. And Atomic Habits, not even halfway. I love that. So much good thinking there. Maybe bring in more fasting dedicated books. Well, I started that with this one, Can Fasting Save Your Life? We hit some more out of that. I was reading a section of that yesterday. I don't know if I make an episode, I don't know if I focus a show on it. But didn't I write a star on this one? They were talking about the protocol in their fasting center for extended fasting, which is not, of course, exactly what we are talking about. But I think I found this section really funny, actually. I didn't really cue it up to talk about. But just to summarize, I've been on a bit of a kick lately, too, of just thinking about, industrial society, how has that affected us? And part of it is the chemicals, the toxic pollutants and endocrine disrupting, hormonally active factors that are negatively influencing our health. How many men do you know who are taking testosterone? You know what I mean? Who just say they feel so much better. And why is that, And how many women are having some sort of hormonal dysregulation and problem? And, I just think it's really underappreciated. And I have not been able to find any evidence on it so far, but I have a suspicion. My suspicion is that this is really having a profound impact on weight and diabetes and metabolic dysfunction too, because all of these things are hormonal, and I don't think it is a coincidence that we're wrapping everything in plastic and pumping everything out through factories with preservatives and synthetic everything, and this is just so far disconnected from a natural cycle and a rhythm. Some sort of big task. I say we've got to find ways in this modern world. Here's something I've been thinking about. We shouldn't have to fly to another continent to connect into a beautiful natural space. I've been thinking about that. I was like, we got beautiful natural spaces here. And, I'm certainly not the type of person. I don't want to run away from any kind of problem. You know what I mean? I'm coming back. I am coming back. Gonna connect with some people there, hopefully get some different ways of being. I love this thought that we've been leaning into. What is the way of being that is healthy, that is grounded? And how then, this is what I really want to think about. Sitting in a space, I'm going to be in a place off the grid a bit, with people who are just living in the jungle. And what a different way of life. And to then bring that back, like, how do we be here in our modern context with lights and cameras and internets and all cell phones? How do we dig in here into this space and make our space the most healthy, positive, encouraging space that we can? This is what I want to think about. Had some thoughts in the future. I had suggestion even back in the past. It might have even been a year ago. Someone was saying, why don't you do an evening fasting show? I'm just speaking that out to even remind myself about it. Like fasting evenings, I've thought of that. The most powerful fasting space, if you are trying to cut back on total eating time and you're trying to shrink a window. We talk a lot in the morning, fasting through the morning, grab a coffee, tea, hang out. Beautiful space. Many people least hungry in the morning. Okay, you can work that back from the other side. Late eating often causing the most weight gain. And so maybe a session in the evening. I'm going to do a lot of thinking. I would love it if you're here with me in this space. If you're coming through, I would love to hear your thoughts. What would be the most helpful process? Let me know. Going to dig in, to the thinking. Sometimes I've thought, should I do a morning session one day, an evening session a different day? Try to find the ways. Maybe I don't know. I've liked the idea of doing fasting space weekdays every day because, I feel like there should be a resource. I would want there to be a resource somewhere where people can plug in and, connect and discuss these ideas. Like, I'm happy to provide it. Maybe there should be one in the evening. There should be fasting space all the time. I don't know. Sometimes I've thought too. I've shared on videos in the past. I'm launching a land restoration project at my parents' place out of town, and I'm going to be getting goats. I'm working on how to film this stuff so it looks good, so I can bring natural scenes of healing coming to land, clearing out the invasive species that have taken over all the natural things. This is an incredible metaphor for what I want to see in our body and society, right? That we just clean out the garbage. We let the autophagy run. We burn through the excess, things that we don't need. And so I'm really interested in filming this natural process, goats eating through poison ivy and multifloral rose and buckthorn and all these things that are choking out the native grasses, the oak trees, everything that should be in this ecosystem. And then is that helpful for us to sink in and sit in a space like that? I know I am personally going to be doing a lot of sitting in that kind of space. In between there and the clinic, and then thinking, what is the most value? I want to deliver the most value in this sort of space between the podcast, between the live. I tried these sessions where I filmed myself out in the country and then put the recording and then popped in live. So I'm like live with myself while we're doing. I don't see that anybody really resonated with that, and that's fine. Trying stuff out. That's what I'm doing, trying stuff out. It's good just to try stuff, isn't it? This is what we can do in health. Sometimes people afraid of fasting say, oh, I couldn't do that. Say, look, you can just try something, you know? It's like, have in your mind, did you have ever a day where you were ill? It's like you couldn't eat. So even when you're compromised, body can fast. Body uses fasting as healing. This is so crazy, so amazing. Total gift. I feel like it's the gift that we really need, but it's got to be a calling to it, I think. It's not, you know, we are in a culture right now where it's just the marketing and the attention-grabbing stuff is just over the top. I don't know, you know. I just don't know. I put on the notifications. Turn in the title. Turn on the notifications. Hit the little bell. I'll be back in some fashion. I'm taking a break on the live. I would love to connect with you. So, you know, this experience, the live, I want it to continue. I'll be traveling through South America. I'm giving myself a little open space coming back. I'm not going to set an exact open time to return, but when I am turning the live back on, I want your input. What should the schedule be? Do you like the format we have, or do you have suggestions? We turn it into whatever is most helpful. And should we do an evening session? Would it be easier for people to connect? Sometimes I think, you know, I'm sitting here Central Time. I do 8:30, but of course a lot of people got to be heading to work. I've set it up so I can do this and then my clinic. It's like maybe it would be easier for people to connect even later, you know. I don't have a problem doing it, you know. People able to get home from work, get the kids to bed, whatever it is, and hit a fasting space in the evening. But the things that I like the most, I would just want spaces where we can help everybody connect and support each other. If you look in the comments for every video, I got Dr. Z Method. That is my program for helping people with type 2 diabetes specifically. And I'm going to be leaning into that. I say if you are someone who is struggling with insulin resistance, the whole program is basically a process for reducing and ideally eliminating insulin resistance. Come hang out with us in the Dr. Z Method. I've got special course in there, really good thinking on insulin resistance there. But I'm live streaming to that private community, and then it's like on a Zoom, so we can all see and talk to each other. I love that, and we are creating there something that I hope to replicate in a bigger fashion in something like this, which is just people able to connect and share with people and supporting things. That format is so good because it really helps everybody dig in deep to the reality of, like, here is what we are trying to walk on, and here's my experience, and here's my experience, and this is what I do, and I'm really loving where that is going. And in some bigger process, I'd love to turn this into that, where we have a lot of people coming and sharing both the wins and the struggles, and just walking through the reality of being healthy in the modern world together without any kind of hype. Just very grounded and centered. Sometimes I've thought, like, I'm a pretty chill person overall, you know. I think I watch different YouTube things, like how to stand out on YouTube. They're like, oh, you gotta like really like sell it, you know. But like, I don't know. I'm not, personally, I'm not the type of person to be anything other than what I am. And what I am is I'm just kind of, I don't know, inert, I say. Queen of Heaven is here. Good morning. Hello. How are you today? Very nice to have you here. There we go. Queen of Heaven is with me in the Dr. Z Method group. Value you so much. Great to have you here. So YouTube Live's going to be coming to a temporary end for the time being while I'm traveling. I'm going to be hitting Dr. Z Method before I go on Monday, so don't worry. And I'll have announcements in there, but we connect in there. And yeah, really looking forward to everybody's perspective. If you're coming through on the replay, if you're connecting in, if you're hearing this at any point, do take all of your thoughts, share any feedback, positive or negative, doesn't matter, put them in the comments. All the comments on any video on the channel come to me in my little control center, so we have a conversation at any point. I will be doing a lot of thinking on these topics while I am out of the country. I will look forward to returning, bringing more thinking. Going to try to do the best thinking that I can. Going to be sharing those thoughts with you. How do we move powerfully forward in health in the midst of this time and space where we are at, where the forces coming at the mind and the body are not always positive. We got to steel our own resolve, carve out our own mental space, a space for healing, positivity, love, light, community, connection. These are the types of things that are the ingredients that let that garden of health grow and then help it to flourish and expand it outward. These are the types of things that I enjoy leaning into. I'm going to be doing some deep work for myself, try to strengthen the health in these processes for myself during this time. Some digital fasting. I tell you, I encourage you, use this time, try to bring in as much of that as you can too. Are you creating, like I said in that video, digital fasting? Are you creating some digital fasting windows, just like the physical fasting windows? If you're trying to do that, you're trying to do a 16-8, just eat a lunch and a dinner, can you carve out some screen-free time also so that I saw such a beautiful phrase the other day. It was recapturing our own attention. How do you like that? Whereas like, okay, we're in an attention economy, so many things trying to market and sell us things. How about we recapture our own attention? That's what a digital fasting is letting us do. It's like, what is important in our life? You know, like, is it really a priority that our mental health is the top priority, and that we're actually good in our own skin, in our own body, and that we are recognizing the influence that culture is having on us, and we are strengthening ourselves so that we found some things, right? Do you feel that way? Have you grabbed on to some powerful ideas? You know, I feel like, to me, I got the 4 things I talk about. These are the most powerful health ideas that I've come across. They're so simple and basic that most people don't even recognize that they're a thing that you can grab onto. Like, but these are the things. Eating only the healthiest food and eliminating every processed thing is just, it's incredible. And then you start to think about it. It's the only thing that ever existed for almost all of time on this earth until the last couple decades. Just like a cosmic millisecond, now we're creating all this stuff that hurts the body. So like, are we developing the strength and to be strong enough to say no to all of it? To say, this has not been part of the human experience. It's not been part of the experience of life on this planet. And I, in my brief moment here that I've been given as a gift that we hardly understand why, I am going to choose to try to integrate my life with the natural cycles of this world and eat only the healthiest food that nourishes the body. See, how profound is that, right? It's just incredible, okay? An incredible opportunity. And then we can go down the line, balance that out with a fasting space to say, actually, the default state of the body is that the body is strong and it's full of energy and power, and we are so much less dependent on constant consumption than we have been told. The body is radically efficient. And not only can it tolerate and survive a fasting space for a shockingly long period of time if we had to do it to survive, that the body actually uses that space to heal. It's so incredible that actually when you look at the physiology of what is happening in the body, you start opening up a fasting space and the body actually turns on DNA repair enzymes. Like, how would you like some of that going on? Repair your DNA, right? We have mutations, we have damage that happens to us. Did you know you have a DNA repair system? And you can turn that on in an autophagy space where you give everything in the body a break, a chance to say, hey, let us rest. Let's stop all the consumption. Let's do a little maintenance mode. Take out the garbage, right? Here in medicine, garbage day today. We're taking the trash out. See, it was accumulating over the week. Going to roll that bin out to the curb, get rid of it. Like cleansing. How about that process happens in our body, in our cells? Like, is that just a miracle that it can happen? Like, how many times in medicine do we even talk about that the body can do this? I love it. I really love it. And then from that state, you see the balance. The healthy eating is balanced with a healthy amount of fasting that is bringing things into a space that is resonating. And from that place, we start powerfully moving forward the body. Just maybe it means taking a walk, just moving the body is like in and of itself so powerful. Do you see? And all these things together. And then maybe we say even the foundation of all that, the beautiful mental health processes, the three things I really try to focus on, the breathing, like, oh my goodness, fasting is like breath in the consumption, and then a breath in the body, actual real breathing, sending the message, a deep breath, telling the body everything is okay. Helping to bring down the stress, center the hormonal states. So we're trying to center so many different hormones. Insulin, cortisol, adrenaline, all these things. We want to bring all these chemicals into balance. Start breathing. Do you ever do it? Like I'm doing it right now. Okay, you take a deep breath and and then it just helps you start to realize, where am I keeping the tension? Like, how is the body even in alignment? It's like so many times we can hunch in, and then this sort of position, like this is the keyboard position, right? Not very conducive to healthy breathing, right? You really want to start taking some deep breaths, like get the chest up and open, and get the head up, and really look how much more space there is. Let those lungs unfold so that the breath can powerfully flow into the body. Oh man. Do you feel better just taking a big breath like that? Just feels powerful. Do that before you start some sort of meditation practice, and you'll find that your thoughts will settle faster. I put the video out the other day, 10-minute sort of boredom barrier, little short I did. Try to hit people and say, hey, look, we're trying to distract ourselves. We have emotional work, snack coming in there, helping us feel better, but then it blocks the deep work. It blocks the fasting, blocks access to energy that we want to release, not helping our blood sugar, insulin resistance, body fat. So try to release that, just like when we breathe and we open up a mental space. This is how we can start to release stress, trauma, difficulty. Not that we can make it go away, but that we can cope with it, right? That we can come to accept and understand, where we don't let it keep traumatizing and affecting us, right? Where we take that, this is the obstacle is the way. You're going to dive into that book in the future more, right? the thing that has been a burden for us becomes the stepping stone to our success. All these things, this is what I'm trying to bring you, the most powerful health ideas that can come across. I've identified, books that to me are the most powerful in changing our thinking from one where we feel burdened and afflicted to one where we feel empowered and encouraged so that we can take powerful steps forward in health. Taking everything about how the brain and the body works, deeply learn and understand it so that we can control it and use it to our every advantage. This is what we want. Let's see where it goes. That's what I say. Let's see where it goes. I produced a video yesterday. Gonna pop that one on the channel next week. Live sessions. Oh, I love it. I love sitting here live. I love sharing my thoughts. It's gonna come back. But listen, here's another great thought that came through over this time. Gotta let go of something good to make room for something better. And this is one of the most powerful thoughts. And this is the sort of thing, have firm convictions loosely held. I love that. Like, we want to be people of conviction, right? We want to have thought deeply and know what is important to us, right? But then the balance, we can't be so stuck into anything that we aren't willing to let go of something good to open space for something better. So there's another wonderful balance. Got to be able to stop a live. I love doing the live, but got to be able to stop doing it for a bit to take a vacation and help the mental process and really do some deep thinking. So think on these thoughts. I will return and keep the conversation going. Love to know what you think, and I will talk with you down the road. Have a great day, everybody.